Hello everyone, welcome to Biswadeb classes. তো তোমরা সবাই জানো যে আমরা ম্যাথ মাইনার সলিউশন সিরিজের একদম লাস্ট পার্ট থেকে চলে এসেছি, যেখানে অনলি আমাদের লাস্ট একটা গ্রুপের সাবজেক্টিভ কোশ্চেনটা আমাদের বাকি আছে। বাকি সমস্ত পার্ট আমরা সলভ করে ফেলেছি অলরেডি। ওকে, আর কয়েকটা কোশ্চেন বাকি আছে যেটা কিনা আমাদের আর দেরি নেই সলভ করতে। বেসিক্যালি আমি ইচ আর এভরি কোশ্চেন না ডিটেলস এক্সপ্লেন করছি, তাই আমার একটু লেট হচ্ছে। তো সেটা তোমরা একটু অ্যাডজাস্ট করে নিও, বিকজ আমি প্রত্যেক কটা কোশ্চেন অ্যালং উইথ ইটস থিওরি আমি ডিটেলসে সবার সামনে এক্সপ্লেন করেছি। তোমরা জানবে যে আমি ইভেন কোথা থেকে কোশ্চেন গুলো আসছে, তার জন্য কি কি রেলিভেন্ট থিওরি, আমি সব কিছু দেখবে ডিটেলসে আমি এক্সপ্লেন করেছি। তাই একটু সিরিজটা একটু লং হয়ে গেল। তো তোমরা তোমাদের অ্যাকর্ডিং টু কনভেনিয়েন্স তোমরা দেখে নিও সলিউশন গুলো। ওকে, তো বেসিক্যালি আমাদের লাস্ট গ্রুপ সি আমাদের আর বাকি আছে। সো গ্রুপ সি তে কতগুলো কোশ্চেন্স আছে? সো গ্রুপ সি এ থেকে আপ টু এফ, এ বি সি ডি ই এফ জি, সরি এ টু জি। গ্রুপ সি তে এ টু জি কোশ্চেন্স আছে। তো তার মধ্যে আমরা আজকে এ বি সি ডি কমপ্লিট করে ফেলবো, অনলি ই এফ জি আমাদের আর বাকি থাকবে। বাস, সলিউশন সিরিজ ইজ ওভার। আবার বলছি একটু লং হচ্ছে, বিকজ each and every question explain করতে হচ্ছে। ওকে, so in our solution series, this is our last question, group C, subjective, while each question carries 5 marks. So my first question from group C is, as a matrix, in this matrix we need to find out its rank by reducing it into row echelon form. Row echelon form, as we know, what is row echelon form? The row echelon form is, our matrix should be reduced like this: 1, then 0, whatever be these elements. Then again in diagonal 1 and the rest are 0. Then whatever be these elements. Then 1, then again 0. So we shall proceed this like this. In diagonal we have 1 and the element below it should be 0. This is my structure of this matrix to find its rank. We know this. This is called echelon structure. Echelon. So we have to reduce this matrix into this form. Okay, just go through these examples. We have done this type of question in our class. Okay, so the solution of this question is, see that our first target is to make this element 1. Okay, by dividing it by some constant. By dividing it by some constant, we have to reduce this element to 1. But see that this element is 0. So you can't convert 0 into 1 by dividing something. এইটাকে কিছু দিয়ে না ডিভাইড করে 1 করা যাবে না। ওকে, সরি, মাল্টিপ্লাই করে, এটাকে কিছু দিয়ে মাল্টিপ্লাই করে 1 করা যাবে না। ঠিক আছে, ম্যাট্রিক্স অপারেশনে। Then what? In that case, we shall always interchange between these two rows. Okay, if you multiply 0 by something, it will be always 0. Okay, you can't convert it into 1. This is the best method of finding rank. Okay, there are so many methods. It's the best method. The method is diagonal 1 and the element below are 0. So see that this element is 0. You can't convert it into 1. So what is the process? Just interchange between these two rows. What we are doing, we are interchanging between these two rows. So this is my matrix. So we are interchanging between, this is the symbol, or you can also write like this: R1 interchange with R2. We are interchanging these two rows. So my row 2 comes here and my row 1 comes here. See that? This row remains as it is. We are interchanging row 1 and row 2. This become my first step. Okay, see that we get 1 in my top diagonal. Then we know all these elements should be 0. The element below it should be 0. This is my process. How to do that? See that this is my 1, My first element remain as it is. Next, there is also 0. There is already 0. So keep this row as it is because the second element is already 0. Next, this element should be 0. For this, we are using the operation row 3 minus 3 into row 1. Row 3 minus 3 into row 1. This gives you 3 minus 3 into 1 is 0. 1 minus 3 into my row 1 is 0. 1 minus 3 into 0 is 1. Then my next element is 0. 0 minus 3 into 1 giving you minus 3. Then my next element is 2. 2 minus 3 into 1. 2 minus 3 giving you minus 1. See that this is my echelon transformation, or it is called row echelon form. So see that this element becomes 0. Then what? We have to reduce this element to the 0. My operation will be R4 minus R1. R4 minus R1. So 1 minus 1 giving you 0. 1 minus 0 giving you 1. R4 minus R1. 2 minus 1 giving you 1. 0 minus 1 giving you minus 1. So this is your first echelon structure. See that? It's a very easy question. You can easily do this. 1 and all the below elements are 0. My first step is over. What is my next step? My next step is, as we know from our echelon form, this element has to be 1. My diagonal elements has to be 1. So see that this element is already 1. So no operation needed. This remain as it is. My second row remain as it is. Now by echelon transformation, my next target is to reduce this element to 0. Okay? আমাদেরকে না এই এলিমেন্টটাকে 0 তে রিডিউস করতে হবে। How to do that? We are using the operation row 3 minus row 2, R3 minus R2. Okay? So giving you 0 minus 0 is 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. Minus 3 minus of minus 3. See that? So minus 3 plus 3 giving you 0. And finally, my row 3 is minus 1 minus row 2. My row 2 is also minus 1. Minus 1 plus 1 is 0. So see that this entire row becomes 0. Okay. Then my next target is to reduce this element to 0. We are again using the operation R4 minus R2. R4 minus R2. So 0 minus 0 is 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. And my R4 is 1 minus my R2 is minus 3. And 1 plus 3 giving you 4. And my R4 is minus 1 minus R2. R2 is also minus 1. Minus 1 plus 1 is 0. Minus 1 plus 1 is 0. See that? This is my structure. 1, 0, 0. Then diagonal 1. Then 0. Then next diagonal. Okay, just proceed like this. Okay, right? See that. So my echelon structure is almost done. Next, what is my target? This diagonal should be 1. This is a very easy method. There are so many variations. Okay, but it's not possible to explain all this variation in the single video. Okay. So I shall make a separate video where I shall explain all this thing. Okay, but this is the basic rule. Okay, it's like a basic rule. If বাইরে অনেক কিছু variety আছে, there are so many variety. যেখানে matrix এরকম হয় 4 cross 3. Suppose my matrix is like this, 4 cross 3 or 3 cross 2. In that case, there are some modification needed. Okay, some modification needed in my row echelon form. Okay, but I am not explaining all this thing in this video. My purpose of this video is to explain the solution in easy language. That's all. Right now, easy language explain kora solution take. Amar ar kono target noy. So see that this element is 0, but as we know from my echelon form, this element has to be 1. So then what? Then we shall interchange between these two rows. We shall interchange between these two rows. Then this become 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, minus 3, minus 1. And if we interchange, say that 0, 0, 4, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay. Then my target is to make this element 1. এই এলিমেন্টটাকে 1 করতে হবে, বাট এই কোশ্চেনে এটা না করলেও হয়। তোমরা যারা জানো ইকুইভ্যালেন্ট ট্রান্সফরমেশন, তোমরা জানবে এটাকে আর 1 করতে লাগে না। ওকে, বাট স্টিল আমি করে দিচ্ছি। তো আমি এটাকে যদি 1 করি, দেখো আমি কোশ্চেনটা জাস্ট করছি। দেখো তাহলে ফাইনালি এখান থেকে কি আসছে দেখো, এটাকে যদি আমি 1 করে দিই মানে কি, আমাকে R3 কে ইনটু করতে হবে 1/4 দিয়ে, তাই না? R3 should be multiplied by 1/4. Then okay, so my equivalent structure is done. You can't reduce this element to 1. এটাকে 1 করা যাবে না, এটা অলরেডি 0 আছে, আর কিছু করা যাবে না। So কি হলো দেখো, I again repeat, it is not necessary to reduce this element to 1. এটা 1 করার দরকার নেই। এর জন্য তোমাদের একটু ইকুইভ্যালেন্ট ট্রান্সফরমেশনটা জানতে হবে। You have to know the concept of equivalent transformation. So যাই হোক, এটা আমাদের only solution ডিসকাস করছি আমরা এখানে, আমরা কোনো কনসেপ্ট অত যাচ্ছি না, only solution ডিসকাস করছি। So see that now count how many non-zero rows are there. How many non-zero rows are there? Say that this is my non-zero row. This is my non-zero row. This is my non-zero row. But this row becomes 0. So my number of non-zero rows equal to 3. And by definition, we know that my rank of the matrix is also 3. We know that my rank of the matrix is also 3. So my rank becomes 3. So it's a very easy question. I hope you guys have understood this. Okay, you guys have understood this solution of this question. So for next question, similar question. Okay. So just pause the video and write down this solution. No? So just pause the video and write down the solution. And for any doubt, you can comment on. Okay, you can post your doubt in comment box. Find the condition that in my next question, this equation has only one solution, no solution, many solution. So what is the method so that you can solve this question? See that to solve this question, it is called a system of equation. It is called a system of equation. It is called a system of equation, and these questions are very easy. In this type of question, always find out the main matrix, capital A. What is capital A? 1, 1, 1. These coefficients are capital X, 1, 2, minus 1. Then 5, 7, 8. So this is my capital A matrix. And B is a vector. B is a vector which is my right hand side of equality sign. Right hand side of equality sign. B is a vector which is the right hand side of my equality sign. And this is a very, very important matrix. This matrix is called augmented matrix. How to define this augmented matrix? A suffix B. This is the notation. A suffix B. The notation is A suffix B and the matrix is 1, 1, 1. Why it is called augmented? We know the theory behind this. Why it is called augmented? Because we are imposing a column. We are imposing a column. This column. We are imposing a column. This. Okay. This is my A augmented B matrix. Now, in this type of question, for unique solution, for no solution, for infinite, this is also called infinite solution. In this type of question, always find out rank of this A augmented B matrix. Okay, always find out rank of this A augmented B matrix. So how we can find this A augmented B matrix? Just imposing the column of B. Okay, enclosing the column of. Now I'm going to find the rank of this. So write down this matrix in a separate page. Okay, I'm writing this matrix in a separate page. As my 1, 1, 1, so 1, 2 minus 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2 minus 1. Then 5, 7a, 1b square. 5, 7a, augmentation, 1b square. Okay. So let me check again. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2 minus 1, 5, 7a, 1b square. So this is my augmented matrix. Now we are going to find the rank of this matrix. How to find the rank of this matrix? Yes, echelon. See that it's a matrix of 3 cross 4. 3 cross 4 matrix. So process is same. What is the process? This element should be 1. It is already 1. It is already 1. This element has to be 0. So my operation will be R2 minus R1. 1 minus 1 is 0. 2 minus 1 is 1. Then minus 1 minus 1. It is minus 2. Then B minus 1. Then this element has to be 0. My operation will be R3 minus 5 into R1. R3 minus 5 into R1. Sorry, we have to write it here. R3 minus 5 into R1. 5 minus 5 into 1, giving you 0. Then my R3 is 7. 7 minus 5 into my R1 is 1. 7 minus 5 is 2. Okay. R3 minus yes. Then my R3 is A minus 5 into R1, A minus 5. Then my R3 is B square minus 5 into R1. R1 is 1. So B square minus 2. No. The R3 minus 5 into R1. So B square minus 5. Then it is A minus 5. Yes. Yeah. I think calculation is okay now. Yes, A minus 5 into R1. Right. Okay. So what is my next target? As I know, my next diagonal should be 1. It is already 1. It is already 1. Then what is my next target? Next target is, yes, to reduce this element to 0. So my operation would be what? R3 minus 2 into R2. Yes, R3 minus 2 into R2. So 0 minus 2 into 0 is 0. 2 minus 2 into 1 is 0. Then my R3 is A minus 5 minus 2 into my R2 is minus 2. Giving you what? Giving you A minus 5 plus 4. Yes, right. So this is my A minus 1. This calculation, okay. Calculation. Okay, you have to proceed like this and you have to calculate very carefully. Because if a single digit, okay, is wrong, then your entire calculation will be wrong. This is the biggest problem of this type of question. Okay, so that is why I'm again checking R3 minus 2, R2, R3, this is my R3 minus 2 into this is my R2. Yes, so A minus 5 minus plus 4, A minus 1. Yes. And my last is R3. My R3 is B square minus 5 minus 2 into my R2 is B minus 1. After calculation, B square minus 5 minus 2B plus 2. So B square minus 2B minus 3. B square minus 2B minus 3. Yes. So this is my A augmented B. So my final structure of A augmented B matrix. Okay. So my A augmented B was this. And after its echelon transformation, for echelon transformation, it became in this form. Now, at first, we shall find the condition for unique solution. Unique solution. This is my augmented B matrix. See that this portion is called my capital A matrix. This portion is called by capital A matrix, and this entire portion is A augmented B. This entire matrix is my A augmented B matrix. So at first, in the first question, we need to find out unique solution. Unique solution. Okay, what is the condition for unique solution? We know the condition for unique solution is rank of the matrix A should be equal to rank of the matrix A augmented B. Not only that, this has to be equal to number of variables. Number of variables. This is my condition for unique solution. And here, number of variables are 1, 2, 3. There are 3 variables. So my number of variables are 3. So my condition for unique solution is rank of A equal to rank of A augmented B is equal to 3. This is my condition for unique solution. Now see that rank of A is equal to 3. When does rank of A is equal to 3? See that when this element is non-zero. When this element is non-zero, that is A should be not equal to 1. Because if A is equal to 1, if A minus 1 is 0, if A minus 1 is 0, see that my rank of the A matrix become 2. It will not be 3. So for rank of A is equal to 3, this element has to be non-zero. This element has to be non-zero. Otherwise, its rank will be 2. Okay. And say that if this element is non-zero, automatically my rank of A augmented B will be also non-zero. Why? Because suppose that this element is 1. Say. In that case, my A augmented B, its rank will be 3. It does not matter what is the value of this element. If this element is 0, যদি এটা 0 হয়েও যায়, ধরা যাক এটা 0 হয়ে গেল। Suppose, still see that my A augmented B has rank 3 because it is non-zero row, it is non-zero row, it is non-zero row because this element is non-zero, this element. Since this element is non-zero, my entire A augmented B will have rank 3. It does not matter what value this element possesses. A element key value possess korche, that doesn't matter. Eta non-zero mane my rank of A augmented B will be also 3. My rank of A augmented B will be also 3. So if A is not equal to 1, both having rank 3. So this is my condition for unique solution. Okay, unique solution. Just think yourself. If this element is non-zero, it does not matter what is the value of this element. If this is non-zero, rank of A matrix is also non-zero. Rank of A augmented B will be also non-zero. Sorry, 3. If this element is non-zero, rank of A will be 3. Rank of A augmented B will be also 3. Okay. So first part is done. Unique solution. Just turn this question. My next part is no solution. Okay. What is the condition of a no solution? We know no solution means rank of A should be less than rank of A augmented B. Okay, we know this. Sometimes it will be okay. In some book you can find rank of A is not equal to rank of A augmented B. Both are same because rank of A can never exceed rank of A augmented B. It is either less than this or equal to this. Okay, this is my theory. Okay, just go to any standard book for this theory. So my condition for rank of A, for no solution is rank of A should be less than rank of A augmented B. Okay. Now see that both A matrix and A augmented B matrix has already rank 2. তারপরে এদের rank না already 2 হয়ে গেছে। কেন already 2? because it is my non-zero row. It is my non-zero row. This is my non-zero row. There is also my non-zero row. So both already have rank 2. Now, if rank of A should be less than rank of A augmented B, in that case, my rank of A must be 2 and rank of A augmented B must be 3. Why? Because only in this case, my rank of A should be rank of A augmented B. Because both already have rank 2. The only possibility such that rank of A can be rank of A of less than rank of A augmented B will be rank of A is 2 and rank of A augmented B is 3. Because rank of A augmented B cannot be 4. Okay? A augmented B rank 4 hote pare na. Keno? Because it has only 3 rows. It has only 3 rows. So its rank cannot be 4. So the only possibility is rank of A equal to 2 and rank of A augmented B equal to 3. There is no other possibility. Okay, you can check yourself because their ranks are already 2. This is the only reason. If rank of A is equal to 3, then both have same rank. So rank of, so this is my only possibility. Now, when does rank of A equal to 2? Now, when does rank of A equal to 2? When A minus 1 equal to 0. A minus 1 equal to 0, giving you A equal to 1. This is the condition so that rank of A is equal to 2. And rank of A augmented B equal to 3. When B square minus 2B minus 3 is not equal to 0. Okay. Because if this equal to 0, its rank will be also 2. If this element is 0, rank of A augmented B will be also 2. And if you take Milgram factor, this is what? I think this. Yes. So this gives you B not equal to 3, B not equal to minus 1. Okay. So B is not equal to 3, B is not equal to minus 1. So my condition for no solution is my A should be 1, my B cannot be 3, my B cannot be minus 1. Okay? Say that. This is my condition for no solution. I again repeat, if rank of A, if this is 0, jodi ta 0 hoye jay na, rank of A augmented B 2 hoye jabe. In that case, they have solution. Because whenever their ranks are equal, they have solution. So this is my second part. So my last part, no solution, sorry, infinite solution or many solution. My last part is many solution. So for many solution, my condition is rank of A is equal to rank of A augmented B less, but their rank should be less than number of variables. For infinite solution, their ranks are equal, but it should be less than number of variables. Okay. Now, how many? That means we have only 3 variables. So the condition is rank of A is equal to rank of A augmented B less than 3. This is my condition for infinite solution. Just go through any standard book. We have done so many questions in our class. So less than 3 means what are the possibility? Less than 3 means it can be 1, it can be 2. That means their ranks are equal, but their rank can be either 1 or 2. Okay, this is the condition. But we have seen that their ranks are already 2 because there are 2 non-zero rows. So rank 1 is not possible. Rank 1 is not possible. So the condition for infinite solution is rank of A is equal to rank of A augmented B is equal to 2. It cannot be 1 because their ranks are already 2. This is my condition of this problem part of this part. Now, when does rank of A equal to 2? It is already done when A equal to 1. Okay. Rank of A is equal to 2 when my A is equal to 1. This is already done. And rank of A augmented B is 2. এই দেখো এটা যদি rank of এটা কখন হবে যখন এটা 1 কেন দেখো না if we put A equal to 1 this will be 0. If we put A equal to 1 this element will be 0. Now my rank of A augmented B will be 2. When this is possible? When this element is 0. Because if this element is 0 na, if this element is 0, see that my rank of A augmented B is also 2. So my condition is B square minus 2B minus 3 equal to 0. And from this, we shall take B equal to 3 minus 1. So for last part, my conditions are A should be 1, B should be 3 minus 1. Okay? B can be either 3 or minus 1, whatever. Okay, done. B can be either 3 or 1, or minus 1. So this is my condition for last question. Okay. So it's a very interesting question. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in comment box. Okay. I shall clear your doubt in my next video. No problem. Okay. So দেখো question গুলো details এ study করা হচ্ছে না details এ তো টাইম তো লাগবে অনেকে বলছে স্যার তাড়াতাড়ি দিতে স্যার একটু তাড়াতাড়ি করুন আরে ভাই আমি তাড়াতাড়ি করলে তো কিছুই বুঝবে না আমি তাড়াতাড়ি করে দিতে পারি একটা ক্লাসে সব সাজেশন দিয়ে দেবো ওয়েস্ট অফ টাইম কিছুই হয়তো বুঝলে না তোমরা বলে স্যার সলিউশন তো পেলাম বাট কিছু বুঝলাম না দেখো এখানে আমি যতটা পারছি না as much as possible I'm trying to explain the concept as much as I can এর থেকে বেশি আর করতে পারবো না বাকি করতে গেলে তোমাদের একটুখানি টেক্সট বই করতেই হবে ভালো ভালো টেক্সট বই যেগুলো তাই না কি করা যাবে তো টাইম লাগবে কারণ আমি ডিটেইলসে সলিউশন করাচ্ছি নেক্সট পার্ট সি পার্ট সি এই কোশ্চেনটা দেখো বিজি কোশ্চেন এই কোশ্চেনটা অনেক ভাবে সলভ করা যায় there are so many ways of solving this question but I am showing you the easiest one কেন বলো তো কারণ দেখো বেশি ট্রিক অ্যাপ্লাই করলে না তোমরা এক্সাম হলে গিয়ে পারবে না করতে পারবে না এক্সাম হলে যে প্রেসারটা থাকে না আমি জানি কারণ আমরাও তো করে এসেছি না আমরা জানি প্রেসারটা কতটা হয় সো আমি যদি এক্সামের মতন করে যেভাবে আমাদের ট্রিকি অ্যাপ্রোচে যদি করাই there are so many approach of solving this question খুব ট্রিকি অ্যাপ্রোচে করে দেওয়া যায় বাট তোমরা এক্সাম হলে গিয়ে পারবে না এক্সাম হলে তোমাদের মাথায় ট্রিক আসবে না সো বেস্ট হচ্ছে as easy as you can তুমি সলভ করো দেখো কিভাবে I start with LHS. My LHS is this. See that, just multiply them. Matrix multiplication. A into A inverse, then B into A inverse. Just multiply them. See that we are given A is invertible. A is invertible means what? A inverse exists. It means A inverse exists. Now again multiply. A into A inverse gives you identity matrix. We know A into A inverse মানে কি হয় identity. A minus B যেমন আছে থাক. Then I into A giving you A, I into B giving you B. I into A giving you A, I into B giving you B. Plus B into A inverse into A remain as it is, minus B into A inverse into B. See that B into A inverse into A, B into A inverse into B. Now A inverse into A is I. This portion remain as it is. Now B into I is B. B into I is B. So minus B plus B. We can cancel by property of matrix. So this is my this. Okay. This is my final calculation. Similarly, proceed with right hand side. This is the easiest technique. Okay, from this we can obtain this, but that will be difficult for student. From this we can obtain this, but that will be difficult for student in exam. That is why I'm proceeding like this. Again, start with RHS. Again, start with RHS. And just proceed like this, like A into A inverse minus B into A inverse. A into A inverse is I. And I am giving you homework of these few steps. You can easily do it. You can, okay, you can find that after calculation, you shall get this. So my LHS equal to RHS. So this is the easiest approach. Okay, there are so many approaches, but this is the easiest. Okay, just calculate like this. And after 2 to 3 steps, you shall get this. That means my LHS equal to RHS. So my problem is done. My proof is complete. Say that. Okay. So just write down the solution. My last question of this series for today's class. Only 3 questions are left. Only 3 questions. So this question is what? We are given there are 3 vectors. They are linearly independent. In r to the power n. R to the power n means r to the power n money n khana components ache. There are n components. There are n components like this. This is called r to the power n. Okay, in easy language. In easy language, this is my definition of r to the power n. That's all. So we are given these are independent vectors. So what is the definition of independent vectors? We know if 2 vectors are independent, there can be so many vectors. Let us take n vectors. If n vectors a1, a2, an are independent, implies what? Implies what? Some constant into a1 vector, another constant into a2 vector is equal to 0 vector. This is called linear combination. So if n vectors are independent, that means what? Their linear combination is 0. This implies C1 equal to C2 equal to Cn equal to 0 is the only choice. Is the only choice. মানে এ ছাড়া আর কোনো চয়েস নেই, এটা ছাড়া অন্য কোনো চয়েস পসিবল নয়. If this is so, we say that these vectors are independent. This linear combination is 0. Prove that all the constants are 0. If all the constants are 0, they should be linearly independent. Okay, this is my definition. Now here we have to show that these 3 vectors are independent. Okay, so consider the scalars. অনেক কই constant. Actually scalar এর এখানে না অনেক কিছু ব্যাপার আছে. Real field, field বলে একটা না কনসেপ্ট হয় যেটা থেকে আসে। যাই হোক ছেড়ে দাও, এগুলো তোমরা এখন কিছু বুঝবে না, ছেড়ে দাও। জাস্ট এগুলোকে মনে করো দিস ইজ সাম রিয়াল নাম্বারস। স্কেলার মানে কি রিয়াল নাম্বারস। ওকে, ফর ইওর লেভেল, দিস ইজ ফর ইওর লেভেল। যখন তোমরা ফিল্ড থিওরি করবে না, ফিল্ড থিওরি দেখবে এখানে স্কেলারের ডেফিনেশনটা ডিফারেন্ট হয়। হোয়াট এভার, ছেড়ে দাও। না রাইট নাও দিস স্কেলার মিন্স সাম রিয়াল কনস্ট্যান্টস অ্যাসিউম করে চলো। এখানে ফিল্ডের কনসেপ্ট আমি এখানে আনছি না সলিউশনে, ঠিক আছে? আমরা রিয়াল কনস্ট্যান্ট ধরে চলছি। তাহলে কনসিডার দি স্কেলারস C1, C2, Cn such that C1 into first vector plus C2 into second vector plus C3 into third vector equal to 0. See that? This is my definition of linearly independent vectors. C1 into my first vector, C2 into my second vector, plus C3 into third vector equal to 0 vector. If we can show that, যদি আমরা show করতে পারি C1, C2, C3 এরা সবাই 0 হয়ে যাবে। If we can show that C1, C2, C3 are all 0, তার মানে কি? Yes, they are independent. তাহলে independent হবে। We have to show C1, C2, C3 must be 0. কি করে দেখাবো? দেখাই যাক। দেখো এখান থেকে আমি লিখতে পাচ্ছি নাকি, দেখো C1 into alpha. Let us take beta common. If we take beta common, this will be C1 plus C2 into beta. Similarly, if we take gamma common mele, this will be C2 plus C3 into gamma. It's a very easy question. Okay, we are getting this. Now see that alpha, beta, gamma are linearly independent. So alpha, beta, gamma are independent means what? Alpha, beta, gamma are independent. This means my C1 equal to 0. My C1 plus C2 equal to 0. My C2 plus C3 equal to 0. This is by definition of independent vectors. We are given alpha, beta, gamma are independent. So alpha, beta, gamma are independent. Maneta ki? My C1 is 0. My C1 plus C2 is equal to 0. My C2 plus C3 equal to 0. Okay. What is my target? My target is to show C1 equal to 0, C2 equal to 0, C3 equal to 0 is the only choice. Is the only choice. Now there are two different methods to prove this. Okay. There are two different methods. I always prefer method number 2 because in CU exam, CU generally prefer method 2, but still I'm showing you method 1. Try to avoid method 1. See that my C1 is 0. Now from second equation, C1 plus C2 equal to 0. If we put C1 equal to 0, if I put C1 equal to 0, my C2 will be also 0. And from the last part, C2 plus C3 equal to 0. If we put C2 equal to 0, my C3 is also 0. So we are getting C1 0, C2 0, C3 0. We are getting C1 equal to C2 equal to C3 equal to 0. So see that, say this is my equation number 1. So from equation 1, what we are getting? We get C1 into this vector, C2 into this vector, C3 into this vector equal to 0, giving you C1 0, C2 0, C3 0. All are 0. That means alpha plus beta, beta plus gamma and gamma are linearly independent. My job is done, but this method is not accepted. In most of the cases, they will deduct your marks. So you will cannot baba, ito easily আমরা করে দিলাম, but এটা always এভাবে solve করা যায় না. Okay, এটা always solve করা যায় না. Say যদি এখানে এটা এরকম থাকতো, say C1 plus C3 equal to 0. Say তখন না এরকম ভাবে solve করা যায় না এইগুলোকে, because these are my homogeneous equation. You have to understand the concept of homogeneous equation. Homogeneous equation is trivial solution, non-trivial solution. It's the most important part. তো এখানে কোশ্চেনটা ইজি আছে, এখানে দেখো খুব ইজি হয়ে গেল, বাট সবসময় কিন্তু এরকম হয় না, মার্কস কেটে নেবে। So what is the correct method? See that my correct method is just write down this method. Okay, you can do this your own way, but method number 2, which is well accepted, and you can apply this method in all the cases. See that this is my equations. I'm again writing the equations. That's all. Because আমরা কপি চেক করি, হ্যাঁ আমাদের কলেজে আমরা যখন পড়াই না, আমরা কপি চেক করি, আমরা জানি কোন কেসে মার্কস কাটা হয়, কোন কেসে কাটা হয় না। ওকে, তো আমি তোমাদেরকে বলছি দেখো কি করবে এখানে। দেখো there is a homogeneous equation, তাই না? Because my right hand sides are 0. Homogeneous equation. Now for homogeneous equation, find out my capital A matrix. Capital A matrix কিরকম হবে? এই দেখো, this is my position for C1, C2, C3. Here C1, coefficient of C1 is 1. Coefficient of C2 is 0. Coefficient of C3 is 0 in my first equation. In my second equation, coefficient of C1 is 1. Coefficient of C2 is 1. coefficient of C3 is 0. In my third equation, C1 0, C2 1, C3 1. দেখো কিন্তু পারফেক্ট মেথড। এটা করলে কেউ তোমার মার্কস কাটতে পারবে না। ওকে, সব সময় তুমি এটা অ্যাপ্লাই করতে পারো। ঠিক আছে, তো দেখো কোথায় সিউ মার্কস কাটে। স্টুডেন্টরা মেথড 1 দিয়ে করে চলে যায়, ঠিক আছে, কিন্তু ওই কেসে অনেক মার্কস কাটে, কারণ সবসময় মেথডটা অ্যাপ্লাই করা যায় না, বিকজ ইট ইজ আ হোমোজেনিয়াস ইকুয়েশন। আমি আবার বলছি, since it's a homogeneous equation, that method is not accepted. So what is the correct method? Find out capital A matrix and find out its rank. Find out its rank. কেন এটাতে 5 মার্কস দিয়েছে বুঝতে পারছো? নাহলে তো এই কোশ্চেনটা 2 মার্কসের হয়ে যেত। দেখো 2 মার্কস, এইটুকু সলিউশন, বাট কোশ্চেন আর মার্কস কিন্তু 5। ওয়াই? ব্যাপারটা বুঝতে হবে সবাইকে, বোঝো যে কেন সিও মার্কস 5 দিল এটাতে। কোশ্চেনটা তো কিছুই নেই, তাই না? এই যে এইগুলো সিও দেখতে চায় তুমি জানো কিনা। ঠিক আছে, এবার দেখো তোমার যদি মনে হয় যে না মেথড 1 দিয়ে করলে হয়ে যাবে, ইট ইজ ইওর চয়েস, বাট আমি বলবো তুমি সেফ এটা করো। তো দেখো কি হচ্ছে, এটা অলরেডি আমার 1 আছে। আচ্ছা, এবার দেখো কি করতে হবে আমাকে, আমাকে না এটাকে 0 করতে হবে। R2 মাইনাস R1, তোমরা সবাই র্যাঙ্ক শিখে গেছো না? দেখো এই এতগুলো র্যাঙ্কের সাম করলাম, সবাই শিখে গেছো। R2 মাইনাস R1, 1 মাইনাস 1 করে 0, 1 মাইনাস 0 করে 1, 0 মাইনাস 0 করে 0। দেন এই দেখো এটা অলরেডি 0 হয়ে বসে আছে।